funny to them. Sex trafficking is funny. The military in my community having sex with kids, they think that shit's hilarious. They think it's funny. They think it's funny. It's fucking hilarious. My neighborhood, a doctor. So let me think how fucking crazy that is. They did that shit. Oh, that's my public account. I got a TikTok account with like 35 million followers that's private. Got way better info, but I don't use it. Got to be smart. I don't access it with this stuff. This is freaking so hilarious. Then I'm going through this stuff. And you got people on the internet going, now, era of tech nasty. He's gonna gaslight you, trying to pretend he's your friend after they gave you a traumatic brain injury, stole your fucking money, beat and raped you and your wife. He's gonna offer you to set up a Cameo again, like he's doing you a service. Do you want to use your old one? Do you want to use your old one? Nah. Let him reset it up. Show the kids how gaslighting Stockholm Syndrome works. Show the kids, show the world, the military in Pierce County, Washington is creating suicide bombers and mass shooters that are plaguing the world today. You can call, I ain't answering. For fuck, so a doctor can steal some shit. It all start like literally. The major shit popped off from a fucking doctor kidnapping a baby for blackmail and extortion. I don't see anybody. I don't talk to anybody. Somebody's talking about a restraining order. Who do I contact? I don't touch it. I have autism. I don't let anybody talk to me. I don't go on anybody's property unless somebody asks me. I helped a lady today with she had flip-flops on or no shoes in the freezing rain trying to catch her dog. I helped a young lady. That was it. That was it. I don't go by anybody. I don't go near anybody. I don't know if the hackers are on my side or not. I just speak the truth. You win some things to go and visit public places where hackers and the technology industry, companies, the employees work, hang out and congregate. They tend to pay attention to what's going on with my feed. They pay attention. What do you think they're learning about the FBI and the military in my community? What do you think they're learning? Crazy shit. We had a whole out war one time. The brake fluid failed. So I had a coupon for $12 off my $89 full synthetic oil change. And then I bought a filter for, $45. Bro, your IQ getting bigger? Yeah. I did get locked up. So my neighbors could fucking rape children while the Pierce County sheriffs were busy covering it up. They did lock me up. What do you think the people in jail learned? Here's some websites you can go on and look at some shit. The first time you tell an officer or the FBI where it's at, it'll never be there for you guys to utilize again. They'll take it down. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't know. I have no idea. They just fucking murder people. I mean, literally, they just fucking murder people. No honesty and integrity in the military or the authority in my community. Not any, not a shred of honesty, not a shred of integrity. Let's go live. Come on. Come on and talk about it. They murder children. They murder children. They straight up murder children because there's money to be made. Children's life in my community aren't worth anything if there's money to be made. And it's not even like they don't even make it. They're just like money. Well, how much? Enough to pay for sex with kids, enough to buy drugs. They don't give a shit in my community. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. I've been doing this for a long time on the internet. This is the only time I'm doing it public. Like, now you guys want to see what I do on the internet? You always assume I'm just talking to myself. I mean, fucking Susan Powell's dad, while giving the military men orders to torture me and my wife, watch me record a live stream of them doing dumb shit. He didn't tell any of them. They all just, they're out for, they just set each other up. They fucking turn on each other. They set each other up. It's a bunch of fucking wolves in sheep clothing. Don't be sorry. I don't care. Don't be sorry. It is what it is. There's no, because what we're showing the world, and this is so interesting, what people don't understand, we're showing the world in real life there's no honesty and integrity in the American military, the FBI, or the local authority. What are you guys learning? Right? And I don't mean people who are new. People that have been watching me do this shit since Xbox came out. Red Hive. So why Red Hive? Remember every detail. To remember every detail, you need to remember everyone deployed. In order to remember everyone deployed, you got to question. Question what? Red Hive. You're recording. Red Hive. Right? I've been talking about literally the FBI and the military kidnapping a child for extortion and blackmail since the very fucking day they did it. The sheriff's department threatening to arrest my wife for murder. So they can sex traffic women and children? The Pierce County Sheriff's Department. Sex traffickers. Pedophiles. Homicidal murderers. You can't make that shit up. They don't fucking understand. When I do this shit, I'm popular with the kids. Kids pop their head around the corner, stick a cell phone underneath something. Red Hive. Remember, everyone deployed. I got nothing. I don't have anything like you got this. It's not about having anything. Just showing children the truth in real life. There is no protection for women and children in my community. The authority are the rapists and the murderers, the sex traffickers. How the fuck they can't arrest themselves, right? They're not arresting themselves. Fuck no, they're not. But anyways, let's start a new religion with our own church and call it a day. Just move on. This place is gross. And so somebody asked me about a restraining order. A restraining order for what? I don't fucking go anywhere. Who do I come into contact with? Who was talking about the restraining order? Let's bring this person on. You think about serving me a fake ass restraining. Who the fuck who do I hang out with? Who's in my house? Whose house do I go visit? Who am I forcing into my life? You can't say you looked at police reports and then not want to come on and talk about it. Yes, I had a state background check to figure out who was raping women and children. We find out who it is, and they go, oh, yeah, we know about those guys. They're protected. We're part of that same group. We're going to have to throw your ass in jail. We're going to have to frame you for domestic violence. That shit's crazy. They let children. They come, was it Matt from the FBI? He came here one time because I didn't know who to call. I got hit in the head and I couldn't remember who to call. 2 kids. They fucking left them. They left the kids to be sex trafficked by the men in my neighborhood. The FBI abandoned children. Those children are telling everybody. They're out there telling everybody. Here's a video of me making it to Martin's house. Look. Here's the video, fucking torture. Here's a video of the FBI torturing Martin. Here's a video of the FBI abandoning us. Those kids will never give that shit to the FBI. They'll never give that to anybody. That's facts. Some of you kids know what I'm talking about. They so crazy. Mando, nobody's going to sacrifice their life for a fucking stranger on the internet. You know how fucking stupid you guys sound when they ask for that? Show proof already. Nobody's giving you proof. They're murdering people. Kids will tell you, I saw someone speak up and they fucking murdered them in cold blood. I saw a kid say, I'm calling the police on you guys that are the police. What happened to that kid? They murdered him. What happens to the women and children and the soldiers, the citizens who want to speak up? They're murdered in cold fucking blood. They just send out fucking hitmen. Ain't no one sacrificing their life for some stranger. They're just murdering fucking people in my. You think about just fucking murdering American soldiers and blaming it on the Taliban, Al Qaeda, and the fucking cartel? That's big news. You think about the cartel, that's big news for them to capture. They're fucking dropping soldiers in your community and blaming us? Yeah, we're going to document that shit. Terrorists, ISIS, Al Qaeda, the Taliban, they're creating suicide bombers in your community and they're blaming us for that shit? Yeah, we got to document that. Got to document it. You got to document it. Now we're saying, why haven't they come for me? You better motherfucking pay attention. Get on the dark net. Learn some cryptography skills. Learn some shit. They come all the time. They come all the time. They come as Sears reps. All kinds of shit. I got some shit going on. They come all the time. They come all the time. Fucking neighbor, Jerry, just fucking murdering people. Because they saw him have sex, watch kids have sex. There's no authority in my community. You can murder anybody you want. You can rape anybody you want. You can kill officers. You can kill soldiers. You can kill children. You can kill babies. You can kill anybody you want in Pierce County, Washington, as long as there's money to be made. You can murder anybody you want. He's like, serve me a restraining order. You guys watch my neighbor Jerry. He fucking try and chase me onto my property. My neighbors. I don't have any contact with them. They don't need to serve no fucking restraining order. I stay in the community property, communal safe zones, right where my homeowners association provides me to walk. You guys watch him videotape himself fucking chasing me onto my property. Fucking idiot. Videotaping himself chasing me to my property. And fucking Jerry. Soldiers tried to get people to kill his wife. They showed up. Good soldiers had to be killed because Jerry hired bad soldiers to murder his own fucking wife. Had to call other people to stop them. He got so many people trying to kill his wife, a whole fucking group of people. And then he fought them, pretending he didn't know who the fuck they were. He got people to try and kill his own wife. It escalated to other people. He tried to get people to murder his own wife. But I just run to my property. I don't talk to them. I don't go on their property. I go to my property. Oh, it's domestic violence against my wife. So the sheriff's department protecting Jerry so he can have sex with kids. Now, why would the sheriff's department be arresting people for Jerry so he can have sex with children? Why would they commit a felony? I got a state background check from Washington State Patrol and Department of Homeland Security to do this job. And the Pierce County Sheriff's just got recorded and documented framing me for Jerry, for Al, for Susan Powell's parents. Why? What was going on in my community that the sheriffs aided and abetted in to have to frame somebody who takes care of women and children? Why would they have to frame somebody? Why would the Pierce County Sheriffs want to make sure no child, no woman who's being raped in our community will ever trust them? Why did they do that on purpose? Why did the FBI on purpose make sure women who are being raped, children who are being raped, will never trust them? Why did they want to make sure my millions of children that follow me, millions of women that follow me would see they have nowhere to go? Why did they do that on purpose? You fucking stupid, Matthew. My wife is with me. She's at fucking work. Pull your head out of your ass. Right? When they tried that shit, my wife went to court. It was like, I did not make those false accusations of domestic violence. I don't know where they come from. In the court record, if you pay for the whole thing, right? The stenographer wrote my wife's words. She's like, somebody forged that. I didn't write that shit. 2 times. Superior Court and whatever court, 2 different times. Because they had to question her, like, how did this, explain? Pierce County Sheriffs covering up homicide, pedophilia, and sex trafficking. Why? What were they doing so that shit has to be covered up? What were they doing? I'm not going to confront Gary. I do all the time. He instigates shit with me all the time. I just try to make it onto my property where it's safe. Cross my threshold where it's safe. I get into my property where it's safe. Kinda, I guess. What's up? Having a meltdown. People are instigating shit today. Look, I know you think how crazy that shit is? Jerry, this never happened. I don't want anybody to know I hired people to kill my wife, and it escalated so bad I had to kill them myself. I tried to get people to murder my wife. It escalated so bad I ended up having to kill them. The fucking Pierce County Sheriff's like, yeah, we know he had the problem. He tried to get people to kill his wife. We're not worried about it. Hopefully she'll fucking die. I wonder what Diane had. Like, what would she know? What would she know? What would she be able to speak about? Why does sheriffs and my neighbor have to try and get her murdered? People showed up. People showed up. People showed up. People showed up. Yeah, they make a ton of money. There's no help here. They try to make a public suicide bomber. Call your politician. Call your politician. All right, let me bring someone else on for some. Get my thing going. I don't need guns. One day they'll just be successful. Call it a day. One day they'll just be successful. Bam! This is what it is. No, we're talking about 2 different situations. My neighbor Jerry, to cover up sex trafficking and pedophilia, got concerned his wife was going to speak up about some shit he did with her or got her to do. So he asked me, while I was heavily medicated, to kill her. I refused. I got beat up. I got tortured. They thought I forgot about it. All I did was pay attention to what he did next. He got other soldiers to come here and try and kill his wife. And it escalated into fucking chaos. He got other people to show up to try and murder his wife. It fucked with his dog. Like it escalated so bad. It escalated so bad. But they did it while I'd already won some. I'd already done some things. Get out of my page. Block these trolls. Brand. I get mad. I get cranky. I have autism. I don't have. No, I'm stolen valor. I'm the king of stolen valor. Just not like I don't have the IQ, the physical mentality, or the mental. I don't have the physical or the mental mentality to make it through. I mean, I can't even do push-ups, man. I'm not military material. I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. There's this thing called the Constitution. There's this thing called American freedom. I don't have what it takes to join the Airborne Rangers. I don't have what it takes to join the 75th Ranger Regiment. I don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes. But eventually, hopefully, I'll leave and we won't have to deal with this shit. I'm not worked up. You have no idea. I'm not worked up. I'm just loud. Oh, I don't know anything about a restraining order. I'm just saying I don't go around anybody to get one. I don't speak to no one. I don't go anywhere. I I go to my stores. I do my normal shopping like anybody else does. I make my rhymes that other people try to exploit for money. I do my thing. I don't speak to anybody. I don't go anywhere. I mean, literally, I go to a church because they 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 have just bad people that work there that will do anything to make themselves look good. Oh, I don't know anything about it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't go anywhere. I don't speak to anybody. I know. My sister Monica Harvey issued a restraining order against me and against her and her family because her daughters started speaking up about rape. So my sister's daughters, father Matt Harvey, allowed a man to molest them. And because the man paid them money, he was allowed to stay in their lives. Their children brought it up to me. My brother-in-law, Matt Harvey's nieces, brought some shit up to me. This is, you know, this person, make us take our clothes off and look at us. And my dad thinks it's normal. Is it normal? No, it's fucking not. The kids look at me, my nieces and my nephew, and things like that. They follow me on social media. They know anything they tell me, I'm going to repeat. Now, I'm thinking about this like my niece is telling me something, and I'm going to blab it around the world like it's like tomorrow. She knows this. my mom. My mom. If you go through my FBI record, my mom sex trafficked me as a child, sold me off as a little boy to impregnate sterile couples. I'm not anybody. I'm nobody. Here's the thing, though. They can all be in on it. What are we doing by them being in on it with real life witnesses? You can't trust the military in my area. You can't trust the FBI in my area. You can't trust the sheriff's department in my area. You can't trust the people you're supposed to trust. Why? I don't take any meds. I have savant syndrome and autism. So they tried to put me on meds, and a judge said, eat a dick. So, because I do this stuff repeatedly, and then I go to court because people get all pissed off, and they're like, he needs to be on meds, and the judge went, no. My connection with Josh Powell, his wife was taken out of my house.
Yo, it was good.
Nothing much. Hold on. My connection with Josh Powell, we did international foster care together type of deal. He did things like, sometimes I have to take a kid from his house, or sometimes he have to take a kid from my house, whatever. But anyways, his wife was removed from my house, witnessed her parents witnessed her be removed from my house. My neighbors, Alan, Jerry, Ken Charbonneau, all of my neighbors witnessed her being, it was because I scream a lot. You don't understand. I have autism. I freak out. Like, ah! It was dark. I am screaming at the top of my lungs. All of my neighbors come out and are looking. They all watch Susan Powell get removed from my entryway of my house, the front entryway of my house. I get a traumatic brain.
Right?
Now we're getting somewhere. I was given a traumatic brain injury, and then later on I see in the news he blew himself up because he was being accused of murdering his own wife. So then I called the sheriffs. I'm like, hey, man, I called you guys to get Susan Powell out of my house.
Is it like a cult then?
Is it a what?
Is it like a cult? Or
I
like
guess.
They just want to like plan it together just to have like the satisfaction.
It's money. I think so. It's a lot of pedophilia, sex trafficking, rape, and homicide. But they all they ever say is, "There's a lot of money to be made, boy."
Just to cover it up. They're just money hungry.
Same yeah, there's a lot of money to be made. I'm like, damn, your daughter is missing, and your son-in-law didn't have anything to do with it, but you gaslit the authorities and you gaslit your son-in-law into killing himself. You murdered your own son-in-law. They murdered.
So is it like the whole community with like everything, or is it just like a specific little group?
It's a group of people. It's a large group of people, man.
Jeez, that's
Courtney Hunt, MD, Susan Powell's parents, my neighbors Al and Jerry, an African American in my homeless association. Yeah, it's a whole group of people, but it's like they don't understand. I have a large following of children that have been watching from the beginning, going, "Damn, they just murdered everyone." I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, say it's you. I'm like, what are you talking about?
So.
You're like, what?
That's like.
I'll show you, but just not on Instagram Live.
Nah, yeah, because they're watching. Probably they're for sure watching everything you do.
I've been doing this. I don't think they might be watching, but you think about it, if they are watching now, you're watching a yearly thing. I've been doing this every year since it started.
Nah, yeah.
What have they shown the world? Right? Oh, when somebody actually has witnesses of pedophilia, homicide, and rape, we torture them. We blackmail them.
Yeah, if there's a witness, they'll make sure to get rid of them, right? Just so they can cover themselves up.
But I mean, what do you do with the witnesses of the shit I'm talking about?
What do you mean?
Never mind. It's above your head.
I got confused with the thing. I was gonna ask you, what do you think about like snowing in Texas and like the world being weird?
Well, KJ, this girl KJ, I'm on her Discord. I don't know if it's really snowing, but she asked for snow on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked for snow on Christmas, so I couldn't give her snow on Christmas, or the universe couldn't give her snow on Christmas, right? I don't even know if it's really actually snowing in Texas.
I heard it's just like it's not too strong, but like it's still pretty weird for Texas, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know though. Have you heard or they said it was like snowing in like the whole United States. You have any idea of that?
Nah, I don't. I'm just in a sim. I don't even think any of this is real. Like I watch the same shows over and over again. I do
You
the same thing over.
think it's like a
Someone said, "Do you have a
simulation?
God complex, Martin?" I studied the God complex from the Navy SEALs and
Yeah.
above,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't help but get a God complex.
You could study that because you have the rank, right?
I don't have any rank. I just get to study whatever I want.
I think it was like a bit ago. You said if we couldn't have simple access to like libraries and stuff like that, like we wouldn't be able to like find anything at all. But you said you'd like I don't know if it was a rank, but you had more power to go more into
Oh,
depth with certain.
it's not power. I have access to information from anywhere I want.
Yeah. So like you would have it, but not like the ordinary person, right?
Yeah, I don't know how I think how it works. I talk about the airborne rangers and my neighbors and the people in my community covering up sex trafficking, pedophilia. I mean, participating in that shit. And you really think about the military, intelligence agencies, and just organizations that exist in reality when they're choosing somebody to give information to. You ever wonder why the sheriff's department wasn't chosen in my community? I was to be given. You ever wonder why the FBI in my community wasn't chosen to be given information? I was. After watching the things I speak about, these situations unfold, you ever wonder why the Airborne Rangers people were like, fuck the entire 75th Ranger Regiment?
Corruption.
You get what I'm saying?